Hi girls and guys, just going to show you a project that I'm pretty close to finishing, and before I put all my Christmas stuff away, Carolyn Wall and I are doing a one-on-one swap, and we're making each other a junk recipe mini album or recipe mini album, and we're just trying to use up all our scraps and stuff so we can shop for new stuff this year. So this is about a 6x6 album that I picked up at the thrift store. It used to be a photo album, so I just threw out all the middle stuff. And I used a lot of the pages that I'm going to show you in the album is using Graphic 45, Nutcracker Suite, and then just a whole bunch of other papers that I have in my stash, Christmas papers that I have in my stash. So that's the front cover. And I use some of those metal corners up here. And that's the back. And on the inside, I covered a glassine bag with my kitchen prayer, and I put some recipe cards in there. And then I'll show you some of the pages that I made. This is the one page here. I've got some pretty trim and seam binding, a little tag that says bake. And both Carolyn and I are going to put some of our favorite Christmas recipes in here. So these are the ones that I use pretty much all the time at Christmas time, and sometimes I make them throughout the year too. But this is great for leftover turkey. And I didn't write. I have about 10 or 11 recipes, and I have tendinitis in my hands, so I couldn't write them all out. So I scanned them and printed them. And then I wanted to make them look like I've had the recipe for forever. You know, I wanted it to look like, you know, Grandma's recipe on a recipe card. So I took my mat and I laid down a little bit of vintage photo ink, and then I sprayed it, and then I took the recipe card and pushed it down, and so all the cards look like they've been in the kitchen for years and years and years. And I love this paper. I forget where I got it, this background paper I'm using here, but oh yeah, it was by DCWV, this big 12 by 12 pack, and it's got some really cool, gorgeous papers in here. And I put a stick pin up there, and the back, or the other side, is some more trim, and just a couple little pieces, some stickers and tags. And this is for buffalo style chicken bites. And I got this recipe in a swap when I was swapping 4x6s over at Your Paper Pantry, and that one was by Reagan, and it's a really great recipe. And this page here is some vintage ephemera that I glued down, and a ribbon, vintage button, and then the recipe here is for soft gingerbread cookies. And the other side is for banana bread. This page is those envelopes that I make out of just plain parcel paper, and I used my sewing machine and did some zigzag stitching. And there it says Mom's Kitchen. And here's Santa. He's cooking up some good cheer recipes. And I popped a couple of recipe cards in there. And the other side, I glued down a red doily and added the cherry slice recipe. And I popped this tag in there. And this is for recipe for butter tarts. And here is a vintage lady holding her casserole dish, so I added some stickles to it and some trim in the bottom, left it open for a pocket, and I have a tag here, and I added Ron's Russian chicken on there. And this is a embossing folder by Cuttlebug, and it's called Christmas Countdown, so I really like that. And this is a mini file folder that I covered with the beautiful graphic 45 paper. And inside I've got recipe for chili and for gravy. And I just taped the sides down to make a pocket to put a couple little tags in here. And here is the cranberry pumpkin biscotti and the Nutcracker Sweet collection. I also bought a sticker pack, so got lots of stickers I could use. It's really nice. I love that collection. And this is just a pocket. And I popped in some cute ephemera and some recipe cards. And this page is, this big frame here is from Sizzix. It's a Sizzix die. And then these three pieces here I glued right down, added some blue ribbon, and then my recipe for sugar cookies just tucks back in here. And then the other side is the same frame, but the small part of the frame, and this is for Super Sunday eggs, and there's a tag, little flower in the corner. And then the rest of the pages I left blank, and then Carolyn can add some of her own recipes. So this is a pocket envelope that I made. I don't know where I found this image, probably somewhere, I got a folder and it's full of vintage images, so I just used Pro markers, Copic markers, Spectrum markers, and colored her in. And added the cooking measurements on the other side. And then, yeah, Carolyn can put a recipe in there. And this is a little envelope, pocket envelope. And just a little tag that's hanging on a ring. And a couple of blank pages. And another blank page using that embossing folder. And I also used for, let's see, for these tags here, I used this die. This tag die, and that's by Sizzix. It's the Tags Happy #2. So there's my finished recipe mini album. Oh no, it's 90% finished. So that was fun. Now I can really seriously put Christmas away. So that was, I hope you enjoyed that, everyone, and I just want to say hi and thanks for subbing to a bunch of new subbies, and I hope you're all doing well, and peace everybody, take care, bye-bye.